Howdy folks. Today is World Mental Health Day. It has been amazing to me to see today in the time that I've had to look for it, that this has been trending all day on Twitter. It's had a massive online following. A lot of people have been talking about it, a lot of people have been saying good things, a lot of people have been donating to charities, expressing their good wishes and all that sort of stuff, which is just incredible. I know it's within my living memory where you never would have had this a few years ago. So it does demonstrate a massive leap forward as far as people's perceptions towards mental health, and that it's not something we shouldn't be discussing anymore. That said, I think it's still a taboo subject. There's still a lot of work to be done, and I think a lot of things like this that is difficult for people to talk about, whether it be you who's experiencing trouble with mental health, or it's someone who you know and you find it difficult to talk to. Here is my basic point. Mental health is something we all have, okay? It's not something that other people deal with. We all have mental health. Like we all have physical health, we all have health that incorporates our body, our vital organs. We all have health up here. Some days it's working just fine. Some days it is not working fine. Some days it's just okay. Some days it is out of this world. But we all have it. And I truly believe that we all have mental health issues. I don't know if everybody else will agree with that, but that is my personal opinion. I've never met a person yet who doesn't have some mental health issue in one way or another, be it something that's just a phobia, be it something that's an OCD kind of thing that someone else might not understand, or be it full-blown depression, anxiety, panic attacks, any kind of disorder like that. So, to me, that removes any stigma for me, because I just think, well, it's not just Susie over there who's dealing with it, it's not just me dealing with it, we are all dealing with it, and that is very important. But I think one thing that will help us realise that is if we all share a story or, some experience that would kind of demonstrate that. Now, I'm not asking anybody else to do that if they don't feel comfortable. It would be kind of cool, I think, if everybody would. But I would never ask anyone to share stuff that they wouldn't feel comfortable about. That's not what this is about. But I thought I would, just to highlight that some people might be surprised that I've dealt with mental health issues, as they refer to over the years. I've suffered from depression, but it's just part of who I am. Just as much part of who I am as the colour of my eyes. The fact that I like Star Wars, hence my t-shirt, it's just part of who I am. I must remember to mention this, there was a book I read a few years ago that changed my kind of outlook on mental health and depression, and I think it's quite a famous book, I hope, and it's a book called, well, it's kind of got two titles, I think, depending on which country you live in, but over here it's called Living with a Black Dog, or I Had a Black Dog. If you look on Amazon, it's classes of both things, and it's by a New Zealand writer called Matthew Johnstone, and it's quite a short book, and it's animated, well, it's drawn, it's sort of like a cartoon, and each page is a different picture of a man who has a supposed black dog, and kind of the cover is a bloke sat down in a chair, and his shadow, if you look at it, is the shape of a black dog. I don't know why I'm pointing over there, he's not there. Anyway, as you progress through this book, you see pictures of him with this black dog that sometimes is massive in this crowd of people, or he's tiny and he's on his head or on his shoulder. And the idea is that he calls his depression a black dog, and it's with him wherever he goes, and it's always with him, and it's always going to be with him. Sometimes it's easy for him to deal with, sometimes it's not. And it's so simple, and yet so much more effective than a book that is 600 pages long, going into the psychology of depression and things that, either are difficult to understand or just, it doesn't interest you. This is very, very perfect. I would recommend anyone having a look at this book. It did wonders for me. Anyway, so in the meanings, I don't know what I'm saying. In the what I'm trying to say is my experience that I will share is not the main reason that I suffered from depression, but it's something that's followed me since I was younger, and it's to do with my weight. Now, I think a lot of people can identify with this one. I'm standing in a way right now and filming myself in a certain angle that actually makes me look relatively thin, hence why I'm doing it, because it's always there in my mind. But I have a lot of issues with my weight. I've always been, well, not always, but I've been overweight for quite a long time. And some days I don't even think about it, some days it doesn't bother me, other days I'm frightened to leave the house. And that's not dramatic, that is God's honest truth. For a long time I've not let it get to that stage, or not let it beat me, if you want to use that term. But I don't have anywhere near the social life I used to have, and that is a massive point and a reason to it. That's not something I feel very comfortable about sharing. It's easy for me to say it into a camera on my phone than go into a crowd of people and tell them. And depending on what happens when I finish this video, I might not upload it if I get a sudden panicky feeling about it. But anyway, I won't bore you to details with the whys and wherefores, but I'll just kind of explain my outlook on my weight. Now, as soon as I mention weight, or the fact that I feel like I'm fat, to anybody, I'm instantly dealt with oh my god, no, you're not fat. Oh my god, what are you talking about, Kevin? You are not fat. Not in a million years. Don't be ridiculous. Shut up. I don't want to shut up, okay? I want to discuss it if I mention it. It's something I've come to terms with. My outlook on weight and fat might be different to another person's. Okay, but I don't think there's any. It is a word that's becoming a bit of a horrible word, in the same way that gay became a negative connotated word, which is a word I don't even like to use anymore because it's so bogged down with that's well gay, ridiculous. But fat is becoming a massive insult. Now, someone who is, I don't know, 30 stone, let's say, is massively overweight. I don't like to call people fat. I do, in the heat of the moment, I'm like, you fat bitch. I'm like everybody else, I'm not going to say I'm not. And I've been called that a lot in my time, and it hurts a lot. Now, I'm aware of my weight, I'm aware of it almost every second of every day. Whilst I'm tucking into my millionth McDonald's, I'm still aware of my weight. Compared to some people, I might not be that overweight. I'm still fit enough that I can hold down a job, I can get up and down the stairs without collapsing, I don't need to stand a stair lift. But, I don't do any exercise, I have no interest in doing any exercise, and currently I have no interest in trying to lose weight. But I'm miserable because of it. And it follows me around all the time, no matter what I'm wearing. If I'm at work and I'm wearing black all the time, I kind of feel better, but I don't like wearing anything with short sleeves. I mean, I'm wearing some with short sleeves now because I'm not having a really particularly bad day, but sometimes I'll put like a thick fleece on, even if it's boiling, and people are like, why are you wearing that? You're sweating, because I'm uncomfortable about my arms. My stomach is my big issue, like a lot of men, all my weight kind of goes here. And there's only so many layers I can put on that cover up that. So some people might go, why don't you lose weight, Kevin? That's a very good question. It's not as easy as that. Be it physically, I have a very slow metabolism that takes forever. I can walk past a packet of crisps and I inject the calories straight into my body, and I find it a lot harder to lose. But some of it is laziness. I'd have to change a lot about my life. I'm into many different routines where food is concerned. I love food. Food is my ultimate comfort blanket. To sacrifice that when I have a life that's I consider sometimes to be full of misery in some respects, food is the one thing I've got I can rely on. I don't want to give food up. I love food. I don't want to replace amazing, sugar full, sweet, lovely snacks with Slim Fast pretzels that are actually quite nice if you have about 3 bags at a time. Anyway, when I say to people that I think I'm fat, which I don't say all the time, I'm not running around like a maniac, but I am met with no, you're not. Yes, I am. To me, I am fat. I could be 7 stone. And if I think I'm fat, then as far as I'm concerned, I'm fat. No, I am not 7 stone. One of my legs isn't 7 stone. I've not been 7 stone in a long time. I'm not going to disclose my weight. I don't feel comfortable in doing that particularly. I have done that before online, so is a mind thing. I also don't really know it because I've hidden my scales away, so I could be more. So that is not the best. Anyway, so that's me kind of 10 minutes. I've rambled on more than I meant to. Sorry for the glare in my glasses. But yeah, I'm sharing something a difficult mental issue that I have to deal with on a daily basis, that a lot of people deal with, and that you guys who are watching this might be dealing with as well. You might not have a clue what I'm talking about. You might think, put yourself together, it doesn't matter. But, you know, it's a serious thing for me. Now, it's important to me that I share this only in so much as if someone is to watch it and kind of go, oh wow, that's similar to me, I have that problem, oh my god, to realise that whilst that is part of a mental health issue, there are plenty of eating disorders. I'm not anywhere on putting myself on the same level as anyone with bulimia or anorexia, but it's one of the many things that make up my mind that you have to deal with. It's part of my little black dog, and I wanted to share that just because of the day, in the spirit of the day, in the spirit of coming, of being open about it, of realising that it's okay to talk about these things. It's okay to be stood in my bathroom with my lovely mosaic mirror and my fancy tiles. They're not that fancy. To share these things nowadays, and it's just as okay for me to tell you about this than for me to make a video about the fact that, oh my god, I've got a massively sore finger, which I do have at the moment actually. It's really sore. I won't show you because it's too gross. But you know, why is that easy for me to say than to say, actually, I'm dealing with a bit of a mental issue today. I'm having a bit of anxiety. I'm having a bit of a panic attack. It's all part and parcel of who we are. It's all part of my body. And if I want to share that, then I should feel able to, as should you guys. And if this encourages someone else to kind of go, yeah, okay, I'm going to share something brilliant to all those people today who've donated to some great charities, that's so good. To anybody else who hasn't done that, you know, that's fine too, obviously. What would be amazing from the rest of us is for people to think about it a little bit more. And if all it achieves, when you see the hashtag on Twitter, or when you see it online, or if you see this video, or all of the others, to realise that it is okay to talk if you want to. Simple as. Okie dokie. Happy Mental Health World Day. That is wrong. Happy World Mental Health Day. I can't even remember. I rambled on way too long. Anyway, over and out.